we definitely have some problems. So, the Nintendo company is notorious for having a stupid reputation when it comes to treating their customers well. Lately, there has been a lot of pushback, which we have seen against things like ROM sites, but they do not provide a lot of their games on the Nintendo Switch Online. They do not treat YouTubers very well. We have seen takedown of content, and it just feels a bit grimy and against their own policies. One thing that I also think that is a real glaring problem is the Pokémon Company. Now, the Pokémon Company, in part, is owned by Nintendo, and it hasn't been very well managed. Recently, we saw the release of Pokémon Stadium Online, and a lot of people were mad. Now, the crazy part is, I was perfectly fine with this. So essentially, they did not provide access to Pokemon Home to transfer Pokemon over to play on the latest Pokemon Stadium. Pokemon Stadium is a very hard game to play with rentals, because the rentals just suck. They're either given really crappy attacks, or they are a crappy Pokemon with good attacks, typically. I actually beat Pokemon Stadium, as a kid, and I did not have the red or blue games, so meaning I had to use the rentals, and I still managed to beat it and unlock the special title screen. But let me tell you, it took years and years. So for me, I'm not that offended, because it's the same game I've always known. But I understand that people are very unhappy, and I think they have a right to be unhappy. Right now, Pokemon is one of the most profitable franchises of all time, surpassing things like Mickey Mouse when it comes to brands that are in Star Wars. It is a massive brand. So with Sword and Shield, we saw the loss of the National Pokédex, meaning certain Pokemon couldn't be transferred over. And recently they released Scarlet and Violet. Now, Scarlet and Violet was one of the most profitable Pokemon games ever released, but it was a broken mess. At launch, it was bugging, it was glitching, it was crashing, and I was all there for it. I still played the game and suffered through it, and I am a terrible person for buying this game and giving the Pokemon Company my money, because these days, money talks. And until people start not paying for their games or paying for their products, they're going to continue to neglect their products and send us broken crap. Because currently, right now, we cannot transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Home to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So that is pretty crappy. So people are big mad, and I get it. So how do we fix this problem? That's a very good question. We stop buying their games. But that's not going to happen, so at the end of the day, I guess until they have a change of heart, we're kind of stuck in this situation. Because right now, the consumers are not voting with their wallets. And Pokemon is such a big franchise, and quite frankly, it's bought by kids, so they aren't really thinking about a lot of these technical issues like a lot of grown people are. So, I think, at the end of the day, you're going to have children asking for these games for Christmas. And a lot of the adult fanboys like myself are just going to be all thinking about the good old days when we had Gen 3. It is what it is. I don't have any solutions. We can continue to complain, we can continue to make videos, but at the end of the day, Nintendo is just continuing to be Nintendo, and it's pretty much the same for a lot of different companies. What I can say is it seems like when it comes to the free live service models of gaming, we had the multiverses shut down recently, and Halo Infinite is not doing nearly as strongly as it was as a launch. Same thing with Overwatch 2. So I'm starting to see a trend where companies are starting to see implications when they do not properly support their games. And the fact that they literally pulled multiverses off the market, shut it down to rework it completely, is a good sign that I think gaming companies are starting to notice that consumers are frustrated and starting to vote with their wallets. I just don't think Pokemon is a franchise where people are doing that yet, and it is what it is. So, let me know in the comments what you think. Is there hope? Or are you in the copium side with me and just saying, I'll just play the old games? Let me know. Later.